Hey, Shalum Shalum Mashpaka, Watchman Yirmiyahu, Qadashayam of Yasharal. I just spent a couple hours preparing for a presentation, Abba willing, I'll be doing soon. Um, I want to have it uploaded by the Shabbat tomorrow. Um, and it's in the book of Revelation. And a couple years ago, I did a series, Hath Galuth, and I went through the whole book of Revelation chronologically, like in order. And Abba was stirring me up about this certain phrase that says, voices and lightnings and thunderings and a great earthquake. And it occurs multiple times in the scripture, and having the understanding that Revelation is not a linear book. It's kind of like, use a sports analogy. If you were watching a football game and there was a big play and they scored a touchdown, and then they had an instant replay from this angle and from this angle, slow motion, different types of views of the same event. It's very much what it's like in Revelation. And this marker of voices and lightnings and thunderings and a great earthquake occurs in the seals. It occurs in the shupars or trumpets, and it occurs in the bowls. And those things all line up. So what I'm going to show is how basically within the span of the 6th and 7th seal, you have all the trumpets, and all the bowls. And the trumpets and the bowls line up. Like first trumpet, first bowl, second trumpet, second bowl, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Then the 7th seal is opened, and you have within the 7th seal the 7th trumpet and the 7th bowl. This is huge in understanding, because everyone is trying to look at where we are in the timeline, and they'll see indications that they think fit trumpets and they think fit bowls, but we're not there yet. We're just not there yet. We're currently in the 5th seal as of today, August 4th, 2026 it is. And those who are underneath the altar, which is in the Shemayim, above the firmament, look down on the earth and the holding places, okay, where our brothers and sisters who are martyred before us still cry out, and we here who are upon the face of the earth, we weep and mourn for the troubles that are happening, for all the things that we're seeing escalate and ramp up, and the fact that all these people don't seem to be able to perceive what's going on. And they're people that we know, people that we love, people that we want to see delivered. We want them to come into the truth. And they may not have eyes to see and ears to hear. It may not be given for them to even understand the word of Yahusha. And this is a great lament. In fact, I've done the past few times I've done videos, they've been on lamentation and lamenting and psalms. It's a difficult time, to be sure. And my brothers and sisters can see a lot of what's happening. We can clearly see the kingdom of darkness increasing itself upon the face of the earth. And so I palau to Yah that this timeline presentation will be of some benefit to those who are truly Qadash, who guard the commandments, who trust in Yahusha, who long for his return, who see all this suffering and pain and death, because they don't show us the true amounts of death that has already come through the series of the first seals, right? War, famine, pestilence, and the image of the beast, from AI down to 4K Hollywood movies, to television, to newspapers, magazines, radio, all of it, social media algorithms being controlled, us being shadow banned. It's the beast is doing everything that he can to confuse where we are, what time it is. We all know about the problems with the calendar and all the division that that's caused. All these different doctrines of man that come through these churches and the authorities trying to put us in boxes, pre-mill, post-mill, dispensationalist, all this different stuff. And then a lot of people run to a quote-unquote Hebrew understanding, which is controlled opposition, if you understand what I'm saying. The word Hebrew is like 12th century Latin word, okay? Latin kings don't get to name Yashar'Al, and they dang sure don't get to create a language that's completely perverted, filled with letters that don't even exist in the original 22 letters of creation, the language of angels. Okay? I know that the Father will restore his Moedim, his calendar, his seasons, his feasts. He will restore the pure lip, Zephaniah 3:9. He will remove the vexation and the jealousy that exists between the northern and southern tribes of Yashar'Al. And these are great promises, as well as being able to dwell with all of our brothers and sisters and our King. And that's that Baruk hope, that we have inside, that we just want to get there. That's where we want to be. Everything is twisted, perverted, it's upside down, it's backwards, it's filled with vanity. We've got all these different things that fallen angels taught mankind. We're born and raised in Babylon. Babylon is a worldwide system. There is a beast, the anti-Mashiach, but there's also a beast system, the New World Order. And in Psalm 2 it says that all the kings of the earth conspire together to make war against Yahuah, Yahusha. And in Psalm 83, Yashar'Al, the bride. And, based on my research into all of their symbolism, their doublespeak, you can see when you look at military-industrial complex, when you look at law enforcement gone completely awry, whether it's ICE or brown shirts or whatever, it's all the same spirit that exists right here. These institutions and these forces are meant to come against Yashar'Al, not each other. They're in this thing together. If you know anything about the truth of cosmology, you know that they all share a big lie about a ball Earth. And you also know that they share a big lie about the firmament itself, about an Antarctic treaty where all these different nations agree not to war over a land that's supposedly filled with precious minerals and rare earth whatever, right? That's insane. And we know that that's not true. We watched them all perpetuate a huge lie in 2020 when the governors mandated things that were not laws, and people lost their jobs, people lost their ability to buy, sell, and trade. Okay? Do you not know that the body is the temple? Okay, so the third temple is not something that's happening in the land where they say that they're Yashar'Al but do lie. It's not that. Okay, the abomination of desolation is when something else comes onto the throne of your heart, claiming to be your Savior, claiming to be your deliverer, and you put all your hope, faith, and trust in that. Okay, and you defile this temple. Okay? And that happened, and we lived through it, and we're surprised that it's continuing on as long as it is, but we're not there yet. We're not done yet. Okay? Once we get into the sixth seal, everyone will know, right? Look at the signs in the heavens. The sun, the moon, the stars, the whole Shemayim like a scroll. Okay? We'll know very well that we're there when we're there. And when we get there, then we're going to see first trump, first bowl. Second trump, second bowl. Third trump, third bowl. Fourth trump, fourth bowl. Fifth trump, fifth bowl. Sixth trump, sixth bowl. Then seventh seal opens and you get seventh trump and seventh bowl. And it's like hog wild at that time. That's why it says we're caught up with him in the clouds at the seventh trump. That's the very end. Nobody's getting out without enduring and persevering and finishing the race. We got to be in the fiery furnace like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And we have to go through these things. Okay? There's no pre-trib rapture. That's a false doctrine. And I know that most of my siblings know that, but there's still people that may hear this message that are stuck in those circles. The 501c3 religious institutions of the world are all on the broad path that leads to destruction. Anyway, a little bit of a rant right there. Please forgive me. I don't really do editing and production and all that. I'm just your brother, and I'm just trying to share what Abba puts on me like a heavy weight. He puts it on me like a heavy weight that I need to speak these things and tell these things. And this is a new level of understanding about the timeline. Seventh seal, seventh trump, seventh bowl all have voices and lightnings and thunderings and a great earthquake. They line up. It's one event in all three. Okay? 7, completeness. Shabbat, Shabuot, right? Our annual renewal, our feast, they call Shavuot, which is Yiddish. It's Shabuah. And the Shabbat, it's not Sabbath from Friday night to Saturday night. That's Saturnalia worship. That's Black Sabbath magic. It is. And it's also not Shabbat, 2 B's and 1 T. At the end of Shabbat is a ta'ub. It makes a TH sound. And there's only one bat. Sh, ba, th, Shabbat. Anyway, I'm excited about this video. I'm going to go ahead and call it Revelation Timeline. I didn't really know what else to call it. Lots of people always ask me where we are, how much longer. My understanding of the first seal was on the pagan date March 11th, 2020. The world changed. If you don't know what happened on that day, so you can go look it up. But, you know, because I want the message to go forth, and I know that they'll try to do something to it. We've been living like this for over 6 years. So if you have 7 years, cut short a season, okay, lest all flesh would perish off the face of the earth. The season is spring, summer, autumn, winter, okay? So if you rewind the tape from 3/11/2027, a quarter of a year, about 3 months, you're going to end up in the December area. You're going to be close to, you know, this date that they esteem 12/25, December 25th. They have all these different foreign mighty ones that they claim were born at that time. It's a key date to them. I don't give a crap about that, but they do. And because they do, then we watch and we listen, right? There's certain dates that they care a lot about. And they have their own calendar, and they have their own feasts, and they even have their own commandments. Okay? And they go ahead and alter and change the word, the Qadash scriptures of Yahuah. And they want to put us in bondage to reside underneath their laws. And that's something that's coming too, which is also completion of prophecy, when we talk about those who lose for their amunah, or faith, witness, testimony of the truth, Yahusha HaMashiach, the way, the truth, and the life. And they're given white robes, right? I did a video on pure garments. You can go back in the timeline and look at it if you haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen Hafgaluth Revelation, you should go check it out. It goes through, I think, 5 books at a time, something like that. Maybe 5-part series going through the entire book of Revelation. But please, Palal, that Abba give me lip to speak truth without guile, wisdom to understand, and the strength to stand bold for the truth regardless. And that's it. Much love. Baruk Atah and Ahaba in Yahusha HaMashiach. Shalom.